Just as the Colossus watches over Gonfalon Bay, I was supposed to keep the Alliance leaders safe. I failed in that, but at least they aren't in the Ascendant Order's hands. Not yet, anyway. What did Captain Colleen and the others have to say, dear? Breton nobles? Yes. We heard that as well when the Ascendant Lord and the Magus were speaking in the crypts. That's something to go on. And if the Alliance leaders didn't end up in the Shallows, we'll need to look elsewhere. What else, dear? Well, that's a lead we can investigate. I'd like to have a chat with Dockmaster Arnauld about that and a great many other things. I detest being lied to, and he did it with... The Dockmaster's home overlooks the harbor to the west. Jakan and I will meet you there. First Quentin, now this. I hardly know who to trust. Times like these, I take a moment to contemplate the Colossus in the harbor. It helps clear my... That's one of the wonders of the archipelago, dear. The locals are very proud of their statue, even if few of them know the real story behind who it represents. I like it. The Colossus of Gonfalon Bay is Baron Admiral Bendu Olo, though most on the mainland would know him as the Colovian King of Anvil. He formed the All-Flags Navy around 2260 in the First Era to gain vengeance against the Sloane for the Thracian Plague. The largest allied naval force in Tamrielic history. Ships from every nation and province participated, and many of the vessels were built right here on High Isle. The fleet launched from... Nothing, my dear, but you asked. Lord Bakara selected High Isle for the peace talks because of that his...
Tired of walking anyway. Roll if you can!
Mess.
I imagine the Ascendant Order ruffians loitering outside had something to do with that. Let's look around. Someone planning to depart doesn't set a meal on the table. A few drops of dried blood. A scuffle, but not a murder. I think I have a picture of what transpired here. Let's talk, my dear. Nothing packed, food left on the table, and signs of a recent scuffle. I think it's safe to say Dockmaster Arnaud found that his Ascendant Order friends weren't entirely satisfied with their arrangement. They've obviously spirited him away. The Dockmaster ignored the wishes of the Ascendant Magus. Captain Colleen saw Arnaud collect another payment at the lock. I suspect he got greedy, and once he proved he wouldn't stay bribed, the Ascendant Order's throwing around a lot of coin on High Isle. If we follow the gold, we'll find someone with wealth and local influence behind this. Another clue that a High Isle noble is involved. Profit, of course. That's what it always comes down to. Lord Baccaro should be able to tell us which nobles stand to lose if the war ends. Go to Steadfast Manor, northwest of the city. I'll have Jakarn look for the dock. Almost certainly. As I said, we must be careful about whom we trust. It is a concern, but it can also work to our advantage. Gold only buys loyalty for so long, and I suspect our adversaries are not as organized as they appear. We know their opening move didn't go as planned. They were interrogating the captains to try to find the missing alliance leaders. Now they've taken the Dockmaster, who would have been more useful to them where he was. I doubt it. If Dockmaster Arnaud knew where the alliance leaders were, he would have happily sold that information to the Ascendant Magus in exchange for his freedom. We know he didn't because the Order is still looking for them. I suspect the Order wants power, not peace. When the throne is vacant, your prospects of becoming Emperor suddenly seem a good deal more promising. That sort of prize might tempt... Lord Baccaro worked diligently to bring the peace talks to High Isle. Not everyone thought that was a good idea. I'm curious as to who opposed...
Let's ride!
You there! Can we speak for a moment?
I want to help, Lady Arabelle, but I'm concerned for the safety of my retainers.
My associate might be able to help in that regard, Lord
Lady
Baccaro.
Arabelle asks about the nobility, while 2 of my retainers are missing. The Society of the Steadfast will do whatever is necessary to keep its people safe. She mentioned the Ascendant Order. Yes, I understand that you and Lady Arabelle have tangled with these brigands before. They claim to be knights, but they have no honor. I sent Grenier and Denise to retrieve a shipment from the Navir docks, but I expected them back ages ago. They were traveling the road to the south. I just pray no evil. Thank you, my friend. I'll confer with Lady Arabelle while we await your return. I'll tell her everything I know about the nobility of High Isle, if she really thinks that will help.
I suppose I could use another break.
Off we go! nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting. Can never have enough of that. Nice hole.
You there! Can we speak for a moment?
you return alone. I take it the news is not good. Grenier and Denise were not just retainers. Grenier and Denise were helping arrange a banquet at Castle Navir. Then they were to collect the supplies and return here. What could they have seen that would cost them their lives? The Ascendant Order, plundering steadfast supplies and killing our retainers. Damn. It was brave of Grenier to try to fight back, but so Lady Arabelle informed me. I hesitate to accuse anyone, but perhaps you should join me at Castle Navir. All the nobles of High Isle will be there, and if my retainers did see Duchess Elea of House Dufort is hosting the banquet. She's decided to go ahead and throw the party, even though our guests of honor are still missing. Go to Castle Navir's courtyard. Introduce your... Duchess Elea wants to project confidence, especially in light of the current situation. Rumors travel swiftly in the archipelago. The people need to believe we have things under control. Ridiculous. No one opposes peace. It's just that some of the nobles questioned if this were the right time and place. Duchess Elea, for example, didn't want to bring the mainland's troubles to High Isle. Not without hope our efforts would... Count Leonard of House Mornard enjoys brisk profits by supplying all sides in the war. He doesn't want that to end too abruptly, especially not in a way that makes Elea and House Dufort look good. Rivals and partners. House Mornard built its wealth on trade. They rely on House Dufort ships to carry their goods. But the two families have long vied.
It's a shame the Ascendant Order got to Lord Baccaro's retainers before you could. What could they have seen that warranted their deaths? Perhaps we'll learn more at Castle Navir, and our missing guests of honor will no doubt be the main topic of discussion. This is a chance to listen, as well as ask questions. Make sure you speak to Until we know more, I suspect everybody. But if any of the nobles are funding the Ascendant Order, I think it likely that it's one of the grand families of High Isle. Elea is the Duchess of House Dufort, and nominal ruler of High Isle. Damard is her brother and a count. John Menard is the highest-ranking noble of House Menard, currently on High Isle. He's Count Leonard's cousin.
I heard the daughter is distraught. She's
Let's
refusing to leave
ride!
her rooms. So exciting.
Scandalous. No doubt Isabel is beside herself.
I'm supposed to keep out the riffraff.
Might as well enjoy ourselves while we're here. Do you still prefer a Russefeld Red, my lady?
That would be delightful. Thank you, Baccaro. Introduce yourself to the nobility, my friend. And remember, even the smallest detail could be the clue.
I don't believe we've met. John Mornard, a pleasure. My family is in shipping. We import goods from the mainland and send wares from the archipelago to markets in Tamriel. The Duchess explained everything to the court just before you arrived. If Lady Arabelle had consulted us, things would be different. We know what hazards await careless captains making the approach to High Isle. Don't tell me you buy into this Ascendant Order nonsense. A shadowy order of knights working to undermine the governments all across Tamriel? Elea gained her station by currying favor in High Rock. Then she made a show of backing Lord Baccaro's steadfast society. But ruining the peace talks and getting heads of state killed? Blame must be placed. And she'd never fall on that sword herself. My family ruled the archipelago for generations, but the Duforts were never happy in our shadow. They spent years poisoning the court against us. The High King stripped my uncle of the ducal title and gave it to the Duforts. It was an outrage, really. We took no part in Rancer's war. At least the Duforts didn't get... Goodness, no. That honor falls to my cousin Leonard, and he can have it. I wouldn't want the responsibility. No, I'm...
Wherever High King Emmerich is, I'm sure he'll be cheered by the thought that the Duchess is...
Such a waste. I have little patience for the vanity of our noble houses on the best of days. Right now, I'm sure we all have better things we could be doing. I suspect you... I try to keep up on matters of state, but I confess, Alea told us all about you. I am Count de Mard, the Duchess's brother and court mage of House Dufort. Tell me, has your investigation uncovered news regarding a sudden storm that appeared recently? A hypothesis that matches my own. While my sister chases bandit knights across the countryside, I wonder about the druids who make the wild parts of High Isle their home. They have little love for civilized. I don't think that storm was natural. The druids wield old magics and consort with spirits. It is well within their abilities to summon such a tempest. They mostly keep to them. Magic is the legacy and heritage of the Breton people. Oh, I spent my time mastering the sword and knightly pursuits in my youth, but I believe that a true Breton must study books. We Bretons trace our ancestry to Needs and elves who intermingled during the early history of High Rock. Therefore, spellcraft is in our blood, and we all at least have some talent with magic. I find the subject fascinating and decisive. No, some have forgotten our traditions. Were it not for my talent, I doubt my sister would bother with a court mage. She sends me to look after Dufort.
We do not end this war, it will end us.
Lord Baccaro has arrived, Duchess. He brought that Lady Arabelle with him.
Welcome to Castle Navir. You're Lady Arabelle's assistant, yes? Then you know these festivities are only for appearance's sake. Our guests of honor have yet to be found. Rest assured, I intend to bring the radicals behind this plot to justice. I'm aware of most things that happen on my isle. It's true we didn't connect reports of mysterious knights to the Ascendant Order until recently, but now that we know they are one and the same, we'll quickly... I suggest that you and Lady Arabelle leave this matter in our hands. My knights have already pinpointed several sites where the Ascendant Order gathers. They are scouring High Isle for our missing guests, which is why I prefer to handle this discreetly. I suspect House Mornard is behind this. They profit greatly from the war, and they still hold a grudge against my house for overshadowing their own. Frankly, I put nothing past them. One should be careful when talking about one's neighbors. Still, Count Mornard's dislike of my family is well known. Years ago, his father backed King Roncer of Shornhelm in his dispute with High King Emmerich. He punished Avric Mornard by stripping him of his ducal title and granting it to my father instead. The Mornards remain counts, with holdings and estates throughout the Isles. But the Duforts are now... My family builds ships. Our shipyards construct the finest vessels to ply the western seas. In reward for our service, High King Emmerich granted us the Duchy of Sisters. We rule with care and compassion for all, even...
Might I offer you a refreshment, friend? Didn't think I'd miss this little soiree, did you? Listen, I have it on good authority from a very accommodating chambermaid, in fact, that the Duchess has been looking into the Ascendant Order on her own. Not Jakarn, waiter, Fred. I'm in disguise. I told you about the chambermaid, right? She's one of the Duchess's personal assistants. Well, She told me where the Duchess keeps her sensitive documents, among other unmentionable. Nobles and the upper staff never pay attention to the common help. I easily filched a key from that stuck-up steward Hercian. While I cause a distraction, you go take a look. Duchess Alea has a private... I'll lure the guards away from the doors, but I'll need your help. Talk to one of the musicians and ask them to play the tune Stagger and Sway.
Something you need, friend? I don't really take requests. Duchess Alea provided a list of approved songs she wanted performed. That one definitely isn't one of them. It's good to see that someone appreciates the arts. All right then.
Lords and ladies of the court, I dedicate this song and dance to the most buxom, curvaceous, voluptuous of all royals, Duchess Alea.
You get down from there at once. Stop this nonsense.
A warning. No one is beyond our reach. Stand aside and you will find a place in the new regime. Stand against us, and you will be brought to your knees.
Oh good, you're all right. It seems our adversaries decided to send a message to all those in attendance. Submit or die. A class... I see. Clearly Duchess Alea's investigation hasn't gotten very far. Perhaps we can make... Did you notice how the ground shook when he unleashed his storm? That's not a magic I've seen before. Somehow his storm magic is causing earthquakes. Because the Ascendant Magus has made a show of wanting us to fear him. Why would he care if he had what he wanted and couldn't be stopped? No, the royals elude him, somehow. But his magic... Among the other problems plaguing High Isle, lava vents have begun to open in random locations. Between the ground shaking and the storms, could the Magus... Lord Bacaro, it may not be safe to return to Steadfast Manor.
Nonsense. I refuse to hide from these cretins. I'll double my guard, but they won't drive me from my home.
Very well. I'll check in with you later. Jakan, let's go. And put on a shirt, my dear.
Tired of walking anyway.
Bursting open across the Isles. I have visited High Isle several times over the years. Never have I seen the ground so restless. It is alarming. Could Zaji be right? Could the Ascendant Order be causing these tremors? Storm and fire. I am troubled. If the Ascendant Magus can use powerful storm magic against his enemies, does he also command them? Oh, Zaji is right to worry then. The loss of a monument might...
Was it too much to hope that one of High Isle's nobles would openly admit their guilt? Ah, well. At least we can rule out Duchess Alea. Her notes make it clear she was caught off guard by the attack on the delegates' ships. And this map. Interesting. If this map really points to sites important to the Ascendant Order, then it's our best lead so far. Here, my dear. Take this with my thanks. With your continued help, we'll find the royals and discover who's behind the map you acquired provides a number of leads that might help us find High King Emmerich, Queen Irene, and Prince Ernskar. As the line from the Investigative Veil books reads, There's always another. One is clearly the Dufort shipyards, where the house constructs new vessels. Another is near Stonelaw Grove, home to a circle of friendly druids. The third appears... I'll leave that to you. Investigate all three and report back here. I'll send Jakan to the docks, Captain Colleen to the cave, and Valeth... We don't know what the Ascendant Order is doing out there, but hopefully something at one of those locations will lead us to our missing royals. But do be careful. I'd hate to see such a capable... I did. I arrived just in time to see part of it collapse. As much as it saddens me to see the proud Baron Admiral fall, we have more pressing problems to deal with.
Good at this. Well, I probably shouldn't be proud of that. Grove sings of its suffering. Something terrible happened here.
You can hear it? Incredible. Ah, there you are. Hello, my friend. You're just in time. I met Ravana here just as she was starting to look into an arcane disturbance. It can't be a coincidence we're so close to one of the Ascendant Order sites marked... We're not sure yet. Based on everything that Lady Arabelle has told me, it's conceivable that the Ascendant Magus could be responsible for the disturbance here. Ravana's ritual is somewhat involved, and I'd like to help her prepare. Can you gather some reagents that we'll need? She requires 3 blooming song flowers. Blooming song flowers grow in the copse of trees just north of here. You'll know them by their distinct blue and purple petals. As for the torch bug...
never have enough of that.
I must discover the source of this corruption.
Run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
See. The flowers are in good condition, and the torch bug is alive and well. You treated nature. All things are connected. Spirits of nature reside in the swaying trees, the blooming flowers, the glittering torch bugs. It can be difficult to hear their song. The grove is in pain, projecting a sorrow that's felt by everything nearby. This ritual will ask the rocks and the trees and the insects to I perform the ritual, and we see where this trail leads. Bones of the earth, spirits of the wild, sing unto your servants. Lead us to the source of your pain.
Look! The spirits have sent their messengers. Oh, how beautiful.
Follow the torch bugs, friend. They will lead you to the source of the disturbance. The spirits of nature have answered our call. It has been a long time since I last attempted. The spirits of... An old druid circle. Here? How did I not know of it? A fire
Errant
burns
magicka
deep
still
beneath
lingers.
High Isle.
A powerful spell
The
was
druids
cast
of
here.
old
Let's look
channeled its
around.
power. The dangerous temptation.
A cracked staff. That can occur when the caster can't contain the magic they attempt to wield.
That stone possessed ancient energy, but more akin to Valesia's magic than mine.
An enchanted lodestone, a cracked staff, and a smoking fissure. All left behind in a place once used. Well, the staff is obviously connected to Breton magecraft. Definitely not the implement of a druid. A cracked staff is a bad... I've used such stones before. They help focus magicka over a distance. They come in pairs, you see, forming a sympathetic link between 2 points. So this spell, whatever it was aimed at a point outside this circle. Whoever cast this ritual obviously attempted to tap into the deep magic of High Isle. The power beneath the surface here is very... seductive. But, as I am sure Ravana would tell you, using it and controlling it are not the same thing. Not with certainty, but I can make an educated guess. If the Ascendant Magus used this site to summon the storm that wrecked the Alliance ships, then obviously he lost... Take the item back to Mandrake Manor, my friend. I can do a more thorough examination there. Ravana, if you'll allow me, I believe I can help you dispel the lingering disturbance.
My circle and I thank you, Valesia.
Ah, you made it. Good. I think I found... Hey, so I did some skulking around while I was waiting for you. Remember Dockmaster Arnold? The slimy skeever who sold out our ships to the Ascendant Order? Word on the docks is he's here. The Far Dock. It's not a House du Fort ship out there. Assuming Arnold's a prisoner, that's where I'd stash him. If we want to talk to him, we better act now. I don't think the good Dockmaster's long for this world. Normally, House du Fort Knights would be all over the place, but I haven't seen a one. Ascendant Order, though. That's a different story. They're guarding the docks between us and that ship. Whoever they paid to get rid of the... Let's just make our way to that ship and see if the Dockmaster...
Nothing wrong with a little opportunistic harvesting.
You got this. I'm here if you need me.
Cry for mummy.
I'll watch your back. Go get him.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable. Get back, you betcha!
No more, please!
I'll watch the door.
You were at the docks with Lady Arabelle. I thought the Ascended Magus had returned. He didn't need tools to torture me, not with his magic. The pain, the fire... It was... You're right. I let the gold blind me. But look, I knew nothing about special cargo, or important passengers, or Amanos, or any of it. Even Lady Arabelle said the ships were just... I gave the Ascended Magus a list of names. Folks he could trust to keep quiet. Muscle to collect the goods when the ships ran aground. But it was all a sham. They captured the captains, then gave orders to kill anyone. Are you serious? He didn't trust me. I never got a real name or saw his face. But he's rich, I can tell you that much. Like nobility rich. Royal rich. You can smell it on... It's an island to the north. A jungle rock where they send prisoners to disappear. The Magus gave orders to look for someone on Amanos. Whoever he's searching for, he moved his knights from the shallows to there. That's all I know. Oh, thank you. I'll find a way to make up for this. I swear it.
Nice work. I wouldn't have been so merciful, but at least we know more than we did. I'll see you back at the manor.
Off we go! Tired of walking anyway.
Get away from me, stupid thing! Is it gone?
Looks like this is the place. I'll back you up. Hey there, fish. We make it to the spot, and what do you know? There's some kind... By myself? No, I was waiting for you. I wouldn't have even noticed the entrance if I wasn't looking for it. Probably why the Ascendant Order chose it. That's the thing about Not alone you won't. For all we know, the whole damned Order is meeting inside. With any luck, I'll get a chance to pound the bastard.
I hope you're watching.
Knock their heads. They knew everything. Who we were carrying, where we were going. But how?
In a big family, you have to know how to scrap. Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
Off with you, Swit!
Maybe I should have joined the buoyant armigers.
Don't let them get behind you! recognize that one. He was aboard my ship. These lodestones must be how they targeted us with the storm. Lady Arabelle was right, damn it. We do have a rat in our company. Now I owe her a bottle of Tamika's dark rum. Someone gave our plans to the Ascendant Order, and they somehow used lodestones to track— Not a lot. Lady Arabelle, Lord Baccaro, and some of his top aides, the 3 captains, Duchess Alea and a few nobles, and anyone the Alliance leaders shared it with. If there's one thing I learned about royal courts, they leak like a sinking ship. We met briefly early on, then we each sailed different indirect routes to get here. I didn't rendezvous with the other ships until we were almost at the archipelago. Anyway, I guess this shows us how the Ascendant— Look around. These traders survived the storm and the shipwrecks and returned here just like they were told to. And what do they get for their trouble? A blade to the heart for each of them. Come on, let's get up.
Off we go!
There you are, my dear. I was beginning to worry. Tell me everything. What did you find? Traitors? This confirms our suspicions. But lodestones are powerful arcane focuses. What else did you discover, dear? Lodestones on the ships and at the ritual site? That must be how the Ascendant Magus targeted the ships with his storm. Remarkable. But was the storm meant to delay the ships, or give the Order the opportunity to capture the Alliance leaders? So the Ascendant Magus isn't infallible. That's good to know. And the evidence we've uncovered up to this point tells us the Order believes the Alliance leaders are still alive. They're actively hunting for them. We must find them first. Amanos. I suppose it's possible the leaders washed onto that God's-forsaken island. While I determine our best approach to that place, I need you to go to Shipwreck Shoals and aid Captain Suzo. The shoals are a graveyard, the final rest for vessels that met an unfortunate end in the straits between High Isle and Amanos. Go and help. I sent Suzo and Zaji to search along the northern shores for signs of their wrecked ships or the Alliance leaders. Suzo's message was short but direct. He found something and needed help. You'll need to take a small boat from the north shore of the island. Shipwreck Shoals is on the northern coast, just west of the Defort shipyards.
you can catch when they're housed round.
Easy! Let your magicka recover! I don't want to hurt you, but now I'm going to.
Did Lady Arabelle send you? Look, when I got to the shoals and saw all those sea elf pirates and handalids, I quickly sent a message to Lady Arabelle requesting assistance. My ship, the Kamal's Bane. Oh, I thought I lost her forever. She washed ashore on the shoals, thank the Hist. It took me some time to reach this spot without... She will never sail again. But at least it will be good to see her one last time. You check the hull, and I will search among the wreckage. Be careful.
Stay back. I can still fight.
Isleen!
I didn't think anyone would come for me. But if you're with the captain, please. It's Prince Ernskar. We have to help him. I'd be dead if it wasn't for the Not exactly. After that strange storm swept in and the ship hit the rocks, we were struggling to get to the small boats. A wave hit me and I thought that was the end. But Prince Ernskar, the Kamal's Bane started to break apart. The storm pushed us into the straits and the current was dragging most of the ship toward Amanos. I stayed in the small boat as long as I could. The last I saw, he was alive and clinging to the part of the ship floating toward Amanos. Even through the storm, I could hear others in the water, but the winds were sending the wreckage.
Return to the manor. Lady Arabelle must know of this. I'll return as soon as Isleen can travel.
What?
Friend, Lady Arabelle is waiting for you upstairs.
Another one of my favorite associates, back safe and sound. And were you successful? Did Captain Suzo find anything important at the shoals? Well, that corroborates what the Dockmaster told you. If Prince Ernskar is still alive and made it to Amino, only a small part of the island is hospitable, and Amino Station is barely that. The rest of the island is an untamed jungle full of deadly plants. House Monard controls Aminos, but they restrict their oversight to Amino Station and the prison stockade. They leave the jungle to the prisoners. Either the royals washed ashore in the jungle. Soon, my dear. First, prepare yourself while I finish making the needed arrangements. We'll head to Aminos in due time. For now, I hope that by investigating the ascent, the time has come to find the missing alliance leaders.
Friend, Lady Arabelle is waiting for you upstairs.
Let's ride! Well?
I heard
The daughter is so distraught, she's refusing to leave her rooms. So exciting.
Scandalous. No doubt Isabel is beside herself.
Poor girls.
Let's ride!
Hello. If you're looking for the Knight Command...
I can't seem to get in here.
If you don't have an appointment, then Commander Jorvel doesn't... Who's my next opponent? When do we, I apologize. I've been waiting.
Oh, hello. How are you? Have you come to... The Sapphire Tourney is underway, of course. Duchess Dufort and Knight Commander Jorvel have entrusted me with the very important role of the Duchess herself asked me to organize and execute this tremendously popular affair. I mean, who else could do it? More than you can count with two hands. We have a whole troupe of performers. Several cookmasters preparing different delicacies from across the understatement of the year. And once this tourney is completed and the grounds restored and the staff paid, we start planning all over again. The next one is just a few years away, you know. And the Duchess herself asked me to...
You'll take anything that isn't tied down, won't you?
If you're looking for the Knight Commander, the office is just down.
Tired of walking anyway.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm sorry, this isn't the best time. My friend Aurelia has a bit of a problem. Her mother has promised her hand in marriage, and I need to get her out of it. Somehow. Actually, apologies. My name is Isabelle Valois. I'm an aspirant in the Sapphire Tourney, a proving ground for squires looking to join the knightly orders. Aurelia's mother is Knight Commander, and, brashly offered her daughter's hand as a prize. Well, normally, aspirants only compete in one of the trials. If I can win all three, the Knight Commander will be compelled to grant a boon of my choosing. I can free Aurelia from her mother's promise. What do you say? The 8 must have me in their hearts. My second just left my service, and here I was thinking I'd have to do it alone. All right, there are 3 knightly orders here on the Isle. Let's decide what task to tackle first. The people of the Sisters take pride in our knights, the same as anywhere in High Rock. The Sapphire Tourney hosts 3 orders. The Iron Knot, they're martial warriors, and excellent to horse. You might say the Iron Knot is the most traditional of the Sapphire orders. Our trial will be to find the hilt from a lost somewhere on these lands before they belonged to the Duforts. The hilt supposedly had a massive rough-cut ruby in it. Should be easy to spot. My last squire, Burjo, suggested we hit the castle library to get an idea of where to start looking. Let's meet up at the castle library in the Knight's Wing. I've spent many an hour there studying up on monsters, history, and healing. Of course! Drake, I'm sorry. Go on, I'll catch up with you at the castle's library. It's easy to find. Big room, full of books. Can't miss it. You're going to help us! Oh, the 8 bless you! Find anything promising? Let's chat. The book was already open. bet my old second Burjo offered the same advice he gave me to aspirant Langley. Drake! Let's see. You're right. Looks like the Duforts had a holdfast there, before they became nobles. Oh wait! I know this place. It's an old ruin off to the east. Aurelia and I used— well, in my defense, I didn't know it was owned by the Duforts when we played there as kids. We also didn't go looking for— there aren't really roads back there. But I remember a nice, wide path we can take. I'll mark your map. I'll see you there. I'm hoping we can beat the other aspirants to the hilt. Each of the captains have their own view on how to earn honor. I've heard stories that the Iron Knot's captain, Oralfeth, has slain trolls twice her size. So just swinging a sword won't impress her. That's a funny thought. I don't think so, but we can ask her. What was that one about? I found something about crop rotation. Exciting. Nice hole.
Oh, Madame Valois, you're too late. I'm here first, you cannot pass through.
I guess what he said. Sorry, Isabel.
Hurry up, will you, lad? I'll need sustenance forthwith, and you don't have much time to make me a meal.
Second, over here. Let's talk. It's not worth a row with Langley over who can search the woods first. I'd best him easily, don't get me wrong. But Langley's first and last thoughts every day are about himself. He'll have Burjo working on moving those— remember, Aurelia and I used to play up by the ruin. There's a path around the rise to the east. Let's go carefully, though. We stopped playing— Here it is, just like I remembered, by the curved tree. The ruin should be at the top of the rise. This is it. The old stones, the locals call it. Let's find that hilt. it! Come on, let's get out of here before Langley and Burjo arrive.
Ah, careful there, Squire. Don't let the branches snap back. You've scratched my armor. That hilt must be around here somewhere. Get to work!
I'm not sure it's chivalrous of me, but I hope that ours wastes the rest of the day looking to that hilt. We did it! Red Heart's hilt! As a knight aspirant, I know I should wish all of my competitors equally good luck. But Stendar, forgive me. I hope I am. I assumed the Iron Knot trial would be all about swordplay and martial skill. Maybe horse riding. Horses and I don't like each other. Eight above, help me. They're artists and sailors, singers, bards, and pirates all. Braves? No, thankfully. Our trial will be to reclaim the gilded loot of Captain Brenvale. The story goes that he went down into the castle crypts years ago, hoping to use song and steel to subdue a spirit. We can meet up at the Navir Chapel. The entrance to the catacombs is in there.
Nice hole.
Eight, give me strength. Of all the sneaky, dishonest... We've got a small hitch in this rope. The key to the catacombs entrance is usually right... Drake, I hope not. The idea of aspirants trying to directly sabotage each other doesn't sit well with me. And I see that look in your eye. No lockpicking. Yes, let's split up. I'll go speak to the castle stewards, and you head for the offices of the Knight Commander. We can meet back... I still can't believe someone took the key. So childish. Let's meet back inside the chapel. The catacombs entrance is down the stairs.
Oh, Mother. How could you do this to me?
Thank you for assisting Isabel. I'm so grateful to you both. Aspirant Mortons came by not that long ago and told me he already had a honeymoon trip planned. The audacity! Oh, one of the other knights probably took it or hid it. Cheating! Isabel will not like that. One of my mother's aides might have one. It's good she sent you to ask, though. Best she avoids the Knight's Wing for now. She and I have been friends since we were very young. Knowing Izzy, she'll want to avoid even rumors she appealed to my mother for help. I'd start by asking Dame Hendra. Nilsman might have a key as well.
Vines, there's a lot to do.
If you don't have an appointment to meet with Commander Jorvel, make one. She's busy, as am I. The Nord over there and I'm looking for a posting more interesting than pushing papers for Knight Commander Jorvel, or playing politics with snooty nobles. A bribe? How unexpected. Most people I have to deal with would rather get snippy and tell the commander about how rude I am. All because I can't be arsed to be obsequious.
I saw you talking to her.
Off we go!
luck than I did. The stewards were no help at all. Alright, let's see if we can find that fancy loot. Sir Brenvale probably made it deep into the crypts. These catacombs have been built up over generations. Might be a bit twisty down here.
Hello? I say Langley, is that you? Help a fellow out?
It's Isabelle Valois, Mortons.
Whoever
I'm here
you
with my
are,
second.
I was here
I'll try
first.
to help you.
You gotta hang back. Tourney honor demands it. No, I'm hiding. I have a bit of a fear of spiders, you see. In my defense, just a moment. You won't get very far without the key to the deep crypts, which I just happen to have. Ha! I tell you what. Gosh, it's such a pity to have to pull up on this task. Lady Aurelia is a treasure. Lovely to look at, and so well connected. Hello? Is that you on with my sword? Oh,
We found
you're
your
back.
sword, Mortons. My second will pass
Very
it to
good.
you.
You know, I've always said that Isabel was a fair hand. Never doubted you for a moment. Yes, well, we're both sporting. Well done all around. And perhaps you will... There's there, and the blade. Good luck to you both.
They're coming for us. I've never been this far into the catacombs. What a story this will make. Keep moving! say that Sir Grenvale died at the hands of a ghost. The old Mad Duke. Ugh, gives me the shivers. Look! I think that's the loot! Oh, we've got it! Drake, let's get out of here.
La! At last, someone has retrieved my gilded loot. Come, follow me, away from this place. That ghastly mad spirit may return anon.
Ah, fresh air. Those catacombs were musty as a crypt. Not quite how I imagined that would go. But we faced the Mad Duke, walked with the spirit of Sir Grenvale. Good, except for the make up a poem or sing a song about it part coming at the end of the tourney. Oaken Knights tend to be battle mages, conjurers, and support spellcasters. Their power stems from High Isle's strong tradition of druidic magic. Our trial will be to convince an elder of their order. I'm guessing it won't be that straightforward, but who knows? There's a way shrine near the Coral River to the east. I'll meet you near the old way shrine just up the road. Ugh, I thought I heard Snag yelling in the distance. He's another aspirant and a complete donkey's arse. So we have a bit of a leg up on this one. The Elder is a wizard named Erlebrew. He's actually a friend of my father's. He used to tell me I would never. Stealing is, well, unknightly. Knowing Erlebrew, the challenge will be more about thinking. Right. If I remember correctly, I think he lives in a little grotto to the south, near the coast. He likes his... I suppose in the stories, knights are usually all swords and glory. But the druids have been here forever, practically. I think they used to be.
Can never have enough of that.
Damn. Sneg and Brelin all beat us here.
Get behind me, squires! Sneg was here first! Ha!
We arrived at the same time, you simpering buffoon.
Well, you're still too late. A wizard's magic is no match for the strength and honor of this aspirant. For honor!
All right. Seems like the direct approach won't work here.
I'm sure I can get this barrier open.
Willibrew doesn't go easy on aspirants, it seems. I think the trick to this is the pillars themselves. Take a look. Careful. A bird. Looks like a forest heron, perhaps. Look at that branch there. Representing Spriggans, maybe? A cat's paw. That old man. I know exactly how to bring down the barrier. He's lifted the pillars and the symbols from a story he told me almost exactly. A wise old sage puts up a barrier around his home. He's trying to protect a little girl he's raising from a fearsome dark knight. She grows. In the tale, the symbols on the pillars held the key. Like the cat there. A cat's paw is a pretty little flower that grows in shady forests. And that bird, I've seen it before. It's a druidic symbol for Spriggans. In the tale, she befriended one that lived in the grove. She wore a Spriggan's veil, a wreath of leaves they shed every year. Here, if you can find the items.
Oh, I need a nap.
Like your odds. I never used to fight this much, till I met you.
You're back, carrying feathers and branches and flowers, I hope. Majestic birds, right up until you're cleaning scat off the docks. Spriggan's veil, powerful symbolism. That did it! Talk to him. I'm all sweaty.
Oh, hello then. Figured out my barrier, did you? And is that little Izzy I see back there? Oh, yes. I hoped it would be her. She remembered the tale of Myriette la Courageuse, eh? So nice you two could come out, eh? Of course not. Solve the puzzle, take the staff. That's the idea, right? What's out back leaning again? Off you go then, and be careful where you put that thing. That staff's like me. It might be old. Oh, no, that would be wildly inappropriate. I pulled this challenge. Come here, lass. No need to dawdle near the door like you're still a squire.
Thank you, you old goat. Still thinking of me all these years later. We've got the staff! The moment I heard Erlebrew was representing the Order, I am. Those stories Erlebrew told me when I was little, they're a part of why I'm in the tourney today. And I won't lie. All that's left is to present the trophies. Everyone will be gathered at the tourney pavilion. I'm excited. And... You've saved me! I'd better go and take my place. I promised Mother I wouldn't embarrass her. I think my nerves are as settled as they're going to be. I get more anxious doing formal things like this than I do fighting. We walk in, and the tourney herald announces us. I go forward and claim the trophies. As my second, you have the honor of displaying each of them as I call. It's tradition, Stendar help me. The Order of the Albatross requires it. Follow me. The sooner we start, the sooner it's over.
What is it?
Lords and ladies, men and mer, a knight aspirant approaches the stage. Lady Isabelle Valois.
Let's get things started.
Proceed, madam. Your second may present any trophies you have won.
Together, we found the hilt of blade Redheart, lost in a battle long ago. This we present to the Order of the Iron Knot.
Well done, aspirant Valois.
To the Order of the Albatross, we present the gilded lute of Sir Brenvale.
Wonderful. Now, perhaps we could hear a poem or ditty about the adventure, aspirant.
The lute of gold did gather mold, lost for many years. I cannot lie, Brenvale did die, tripping on a tomb. And finally, we present the Oaken Order with the Staff of the Wild Woods, after solving the wizard Erlebrew's puzzle.
The Oaken Order commends you, aspirant.
Aspirant Valois, claiming all 3 trophies makes you the champion of the Sapphire Tourney. Come, you have earned a boon from your commander. From this day forward, you are a knight of High Isle. Be brave, courteous, loyal, and act with honor. Arise, Dame Isabelle Valois.
Lord Commander, I know what my boon will be. You may know as well. Please release Aurelia from the promise you made. Allow her to make her own choice to marry or not, as she sees fit.
I cannot deny such a selfless boon. Aurelia is free to make her own choices, within reason.
Oh, thank the 8.
Dame Isabel, I am deeply impressed. I wish to speak with you and your second. Find me in my office at your convenience. You did well, Isabel. It seems as though your second was a great boon to you today. Second, step forward. I'd like to speak to you. I've known Isabel, Dame Isabel, for many years. It was encouraging to see her. Well, I believe a knight should not be measured by the worth of their weapon, but by the allies they keep. The Knights of High Isle, for acting as Dame Isabel's second during this year's Sapphire tourney, I want to formally extend my thanks.
What a day. I suppose that just shows what determination can get you. When the tourney began, Aurelia... Thank you. Take the credit you're due. You kept me focused, gave me a sounding board, and most importantly, I knew whatever... I still can't get used to it. Dame Isabel Valois. I dreamed about wearing shining armor, riding a valiant steed. So far it's been crypts, creatures, and a lot of running around. I've been thinking. I have a place here on High Isle, but I think I want to expand my horizons. I would like to see more, do more, learn more. If you could use a strong... If you'll excuse me, I have to get my things. I want to get ready for adventure.
I think things have turned out just the way they should have. Just be ready to see Isabel less often, dear. A page has turned on our little story.
Good to see your face again. My blade is yours.